Yo, what's good everyone? MJO23Dan. So this right here is my top 10 Air Jordan pickups, or my favorite pickups of 2015. So in front of you here you have 16 pairs of Jordans that I picked up for the year. And of this 16, I was thinking about doing maybe a top 5, but I started pulling pairs and I'm like, oh, I really like that one. Oh, I really like this one. Next thing I knew, I had 10 pairs in my hands. So that's the 10 that I'm going to stick with. So let's go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 10, I have the Air Jordan 13 CPPE. This is a player exclusive from Chris Paul. I did a video on this as well, but I really loved that Jordan Brand had brought back the suede on the midsole. I thought that's a really nice touch, something that should have never went away, especially when you have the retro here. This is another colorway that came out, which was the low in the black and red, and you're missing the suede on the midsole. I believe the reason why they removed the suede on the midsole is because on OG pairs and even on some early first time retros, the suede on the midsole had dripped onto the pods of the outsole and even on the bottom. So there was some discoloration with that. So one other gripe really that I had about this shoe, other than being a nice color combination when Chris Paul was on the Hornets, is that the toe right here is just a synthetic leather, and I really thought that they could brush that up, being that 2015 was supposed to be a remastered year for Jordans, and bringing back the materials and all that stuff. So other than that, the toe and should have been updated with that nice quality leather. But other than that, it was a really clean pickup, nice shoe, and that's why it's in my 10th spot on my top 10 list. Coming in at number 9, I have the Air Jordan 8 Retro, and this one really brought back um, a lot of good original cues from the 1993 release. With the glitter on the midsole, not a lot of people like that. There does seem to be quite as much as opposed to what the original and what nothing on the 2007 pair had. But if you guys watched my comparison video, again, I truly appreciate you giving me views on that. That was a really nice video that I did comparing the OG, the 2007, and the 2015 pair. Other than that, really like that they brought back the orange hit on the tongue and then on the outsole instead of that yellow from the 2007 pair. Really digging the 2015 pair, and that's where it's going to sit in my number 9 spot. Coming in at number 8, I have the Air Jordan 4 Legend Blue. And this was pretty much the first pair that got remastered this year. And it was one of those sneakers that you really needed to look at to set the mark for the rest of the retros that would be coming out this year. So they really did a nice job doing a tumbled leather all on the upper. Honorable mention as well would be the Oreo 4. So this one came out in February, this one came out in January. I really want to sit these guys both at that number 8 spot because it's pretty much the yin and the yang of sneakers here. So you really can't have one without the other. And it's just your preference, I guess, between white and black. I happen to like both. Really like the speckle on the midsole. Always a great touch whenever you throw speckles on a midsole. And then the classic Air Jordan 4 with the I guess, what do you want to call this, TPU or rubber or plastic, whatever you want to name it. That was nice, and they brought the leather on that. So really couldn't really choose here between the number 8 spot, so I'm just gonna throw both of them in there. The Legend Blue 4 or the Columbia 4 and the Oreo 4 sitting at number 8. Coming in at number 7, I've got the Air Jordan 23 Retro. This is the first time that Jordan Brand had retro the 23. The first edition of it was from 2008, and one of the things about the shoe is that Jordan Brand wanted to bring back um, a sneaker that used less glues, a lot more manpower. It was based on the considered aspect where sneakers were handmade, hand stitched, and all that good stuff. Better for the environment and whatnot. So these only released in Chicago, and I feel like not a lot of people, had the opportunity to grab these because they only released in the city of Chicago. But the leather is just really nice. Feels premium to me. And anything with a 23, you're really going to hold to the highest standard because of the craftsmanship that goes into it. I believe that the 23 is one of the best made sneakers in the Jordan lineup. So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it at that. I try to rank it higher, but there were just too many nostalgic pieces back here that I needed to include. So sitting at number 7, you've got the Shy City Air Jordan 23 Retro. Coming in at number 6, you have the Air Jordan 6 in the maroon colorway. So this is the first time that Nike Air has returned on a sneaker since the year 2000 in the black infrared 6 edition. And this was a hefty price, 220 bucks. I believe you can still find some pairs floating around in stores. But 220 was a hefty price. 220, you know, you really had to pay for that Nike Air. But I really dig the colorway. It was also the first time it ever retroed. They had the nice leather, tumble leather hit on the outer panels here, and then the smooth leather on the back. The maroon colorway, I really feel that it should be on more retros. You also got the Nike hit on the lace lock, and then the Jordan Jumpman on the opposite side. So yeah, I really dig the color, and I'm glad that they finally retro this to complete the OG series. So this is the Air Jordan 6 Maroon, sitting at number 6 in my top 10 list of 2015. Alright, so coming in at number 5, I've got the Air Jordan 10 double nickel pair. This one was just also nostalgic as well. They also had the retro from 2010, and then the original from 1995. But they really did a nice job here with the tumble leather as well, and then the smooth leather on the side, and then the nice hit of red with the accomplishments all over at the bottom of the shoe. And you just remember Mike wearing this pair, hitting that incredible 55-point output in New York City against the Knicks when he came back. And then the 45 hit on the side. Just thought it was really unique. So that's my number 5 pick for 2015. Coming in at number 4, I've got the Air Jordan 1 UNC colorway. Now this one I kind of flip-flopped between, you'll see in the next one, but it was pretty much the same shoe other than the sneaker, having soft leather here up by the collar, and then nice leather here at the toe, and it's just a clean, simple shoe. Again, this is a colorway that was done probably pretty much for the first time with the Nike Air at the top and in a high. So I just really felt that at the number 4 pick, this was a solid pickup, even though I feel like these kind of sat on shelves as well. But solid choice. Number 4 on my 2015 list. Coming in at number 3, and this one was a tough one. the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. So I'm going to also give honorable mention to the Return, the 1.5, because even though they are similar in colorway, the Jordan 1 with the classic sole is going to triumph over that one. Even though I felt like that the 1.5, or aka the Return, was a nice, throwback shoe, and it was a shoe that Mike actually wore, I do want to give an honorable mention to it. So, but anyway, sitting at number 3 is the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. I mean, what more can you say? It's a classic colorway. Mike wore it. The leather is just stupendous on it, and they really brought it back to the OG feel. Again, with Nike Air on the tongue, nice padded tongue. Came with extra laces. Nike Air on the inside. I mean, what more can you say? When I first bought this shoe, I probably bought like 4 of them. So, it has to be in my top 3 for sure. So, the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. Coming in at number 2 is the Air Jordan 1 Shatter Backboard. So, you really can't dispute, even though it's probably an inspired sneaker that not a lot of people are going to agree with, but you really can't deny the type of quality that Jordan Brand put into this sneaker. It's a really high quality leather that they threw on here, and then again, like I said in my previous videos, the back of that just feels like a basketball, like a broken in basketball, a broken in NBA game official ball. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, like, it's just incredible leather. So if you've never really like saw this sneaker in person and felt it, you just think about that, a broken in leather official game ball basketball. And that's all I'm really gonna say about that. And then I really think though that Jordan Brand could have done a better job with the packaging, because they did include the shattered backboard on the insole, and just maybe something else, maybe like package it with his jersey or something like that. They really need to work with more brands. They started working with Supreme, and I didn't include those other guys because I don't have the sneakers, but they started working with Supreme this year, and started branching out. So I really thought that they could have done a lot more with it. But sitting at number 2 is the Shatter Backboard Air Jordan 1. Then finally we get to my top pick of 2015, and that really has to be the Air Jordan 11 72 and 10. So this was a sneaker that I was actually looking forward to all throughout the year. Despite what a lot of people had said about it and my first impressions, I really thought that this sneaker hit home. Um, really, again, with the Shattered Backboard 1, they really could have done a lot more with packaging, inspiration. Why is it a 72 and 10 Air Jordan 11 when the Chicago, or when Michael Jordan wore the black and red and the Concord that year? But this sneaker was taken off a sample that I remember seeing back in the early 2000s with the clear outsole and the red hit. So I really thought it was just a clean sneaker. So I ended up picking up 4 pairs of these. One of the pairs actually went to a friend because he had booked something on that weekend and he missed out. So being a friend, that's what I did. I looked out. So, but other than the all tumble leather upper with the nice patent leather see-through glitter effect on it, and the clear outsole with the red hit and the milky outsole, I mean, you really can't go wrong, other than the price, which was $220. But what are you gonna expect? Jordan Brand's gonna raise the price, and you guys are gonna pay for it. So yeah, especially the stitching on the back, that was just awesome. Alright, so those are my sneakers. Thanks for watching. My top 10 Air Jordan pickups of 2015. Again, Happy New Year to you guys. Hope you guys have a safe New Year, and I'll look out for you guys in 2016. It's MJO 23 Dan. Take care.